O'clock. I'd like to call Newberry County Council work session to order. Second item on the agenda is discussion regarding Resolution 05-2026 to update Newberry County's hazard mitigation plan. Was going to be Mr. Tommy Long, but he had something come up family related, so Mr. Luckadoo is going to brief us on this.
Okay. I was very close to this prior to coming here. When I was at Lexington County, I was heading up our portion of this. But currently, we have a regional all-hazard mitigation plan. Every 5 years, it has to be updated. We do it regionally with Fairfield, Richland, and Lexington County. It's kind of run centrally through Central Midlands Council of Governments with those 4 counties. We are in the 5-year cycle where we have to update it. Without updating this plan and adopting this plan, you are not eligible for FEMA reimbursement when it comes to future weather events. And also you lose any potential mitigation grant opportunities that you may want to apply for. So with that said, over the past year, Tommy Long, along with other emergency managers, fire chiefs, police chiefs, municipal leaders from across all 4 counties have been meeting and having discussions and working on updating this with the consultants that were hired by Central Midlands. With that said, the draft is complete. It has already run its way through the South Carolina Emergency Management Division with their review team. They actually took very intimate part of the process that we just went through, and we're in most all the meetings, but it cleared the Emergency Management Division. It's now in the hands of FEMA for final review. But the state EMD is asking that councils go ahead and adopt this, and this will be municipalities as well as all 4 counties within, and the municipalities within those counties. They're asking to go ahead and adopt this because of the timeline that it's on. It has to be done by December. But I believe most every city and county at this point is moving forward. With that said, there weren't a lot of significant changes that occurred. You received a link, but if you clicked on that and opened it, it was 712 pages. That's because it includes 4 counties and all municipalities within those 4 counties in that one plan. For Newberry County, it was really an update of the demographics from the 5 years ago to now. That got updated. Any significant weather events that caused significant damage, Hurricane Helene being probably the primary one in the last 5 years, those storms were entered into kind of the database of storms that are listed within this plan. And there were 2 items that previously were not labeled as hazardous threats that are now being included into this plan, and that's pandemics because of COVID-19. Pandemics have been included into this plan, as well as cyber attacks. With the increased amount of cyber attacks that are going on, those 2 hazards were brought in as potential threats for our area. Outside of that, there were no other major significant changes.
And this has to be adopted or before we can receive any FEMA money?
Correct. I mean, if we don't adopt this plan, we are not eligible for any FEMA reimbursements in the future,
right,
nor any grant opportunities in the future related to mitigation.
Thanks, sir. Any questions? No? All right, hearing none, we'll move to item 3, updates on ordinance 08022026 regarding single site burial. Ms. Katie Works with the Building and Planning Director.
So in your packet, you have an updated ordinance. In red is what we added. Under A4, we added where we would like to have or required to have their certificate of appointment for your personal representative of the deceased. Letter B, we added the language from state code that we wanted in there about removing and the body and all of that. And then under G, we added in there that the issuance of a zoning permit approval of Newberry County does not override state and other local laws dealing with the burial.
And this has to be recorded on the plat. in the
Yes,
courthouse.
under F is where it asks, or it says you have to have the grave site as an amendment to the property deed to officially record it as a single site burial.
All right. Any questions on,
I think the only question I had last time was in case that piece of property was owned by multiple people.
So how we handled that instance with other zoning-related issuance of permits, all
parties.
noted,
Okay.
listed,
Has to give permission?
has to give permissions
Okay.
by affidavit.
Okay, thank
So
you.
that would just run parallel to what we already do in the office.
Okay, thank you.
During the process of developing this, did you have very much input from citizens? Any issues come up that you had to resolve or anything?
We did not, when Planning Commission heard it, we had no input. The main input's been through Laura Neese, the coroner.
and Ms. Laura, just, amen, if we got any questions for her about it. Any questions, concerns? All right, thank you. We'll move on to item 4, discussion of ordinance 08032026, rezoning property at US Highway 76, Little Mountain, consisting of 6.33 acres from RS Single Family Residential to R2 Rural. That's TMS number 640-87. Ms. Katie Wertz.
So this piece of property is located on US Highway 76, right out of the town limits of Little Mountain. This is a 6.33 acre tract. Currently, the entire tract is owned RS Single Family Residential. The owner is asking to rezone to R2 Rural. He would like to put a manufactured home beside his elderly mother. So asking to go to R2 Rural for the allowance of manufactured home. This rezoning does fit within the transitional definition in our future land use map, and Planning Commission heard it, and it was a unanimous vote to approve.
So you said outside of Little Mountain?
Just outside of town limits, when you're coming from Little Mountain, it's gonna be on the right-hand side, just a couple feet down, 100 feet down from the rezoning we had several months ago there in Little Mountain.
Any more questions, discussion? All right, hearing none, we'll move to item 6. Presentation and discussion regarding,
Number 5.
oh, I'm sorry. Discussion of ordinance 08042026, rezoning property at 79 Raider Road, property consisting of 3.025 acres from GC General Commercial to R2 Rural, TMS number 651-43.
The property owner is asking to rezone this property from general commercial to R2 rural. This is the piece of property right behind the gas station there on State Park Road. His intentions is to subdivide the 3 acres into 2 1.5 acre parcels and put a single family dwelling on each parcel. So two new houses, and then this is within the lake development, future land use map. This rezoning does fall within that definition. Planning Commission heard it, and it was unanimous vote to rezone it to R2 rural.
And this is the property right behind the station, just information.
Is Raider still dirt? It doesn't matter.
It is.
Is it still a dirt road? I hadn't.
Yeah, Raider Road is still dirt road.
Yeah. Was there any opposition?
There was none. The property owner right next to it did come. They did not speak in opposition. They were merely there to ask questions and just see what it was. They, if you remember, or about a year ago, this went to Planning Commission only. They never took it to County Council. They were considering doing an RV park, and there was some concern about that. So they were there just to kind of make sure it wasn't that again. But they're comfortable with 2 houses.
Any more questions or discussion? All right, thank you, Ms. Katie. All right, item 6 now. Presentation and discussion regarding Newberry Opera House's request for use of county-owned facilities. Ms. Ann?
Yes. Hello, everybody. Yeah, so, did you give them their letter that I sent? I did. Oh, okay, so this is, kind of like the synopsis of everything. I'll get this out later. I don't want everybody looking ahead. So, for people who don't know me, I'm Ann Smith. I'm the Executive Director of Newberry Opera House, and I just wanted to come in front of you. I've been the Executive Director now for 3 years, and we have gone through a $1.8 million refresh. We have changed literally all our systems. We've upgraded our systems. We have addressed everything that we could possibly have addressed, and I'm happy to say that this was our most successful year since 2019. Very happy that we have kind of with COVID and how it has changed the industry, we have actually bucked the system, and while the entertainment industry is retracting in larger markets, ours is actually growing. And as hopefully y'all get our programs and see the variety and the growth and the different acts that we're bringing in. So in January, after we realized that we are on a good path and with the upcoming amphitheater, as an organization, we decided that because we're nonprofit and our outreach gets confused with the Opera House, we need to create a space for our outreach, which is Newberry Arts for All, which is a very robust program that we invest about $100,000 into the Newberry County School District and the college, and it's a cooperative partnership. And but what we want to do is we want to open up a black box theater, which naturally we were thinking because of the amphitheater, if we could ask the county to lease the Market Basket as part of that program. The Market Basket, as y'all know, has been vacant for a very long time. Newberry Opera House runs off of a lease with the city, so we are hoping with Ted, we've worked with Ted as to kind of think through how it could possibly work. But what it would be a collaboration with Newberry County Schools, Newberry Opera House, and Newberry Downtown Association, and as well as Newberry College. And it would be a community, if y'all are familiar with Bloom Studios in Charlotte, it would be kind of like that. It's a community building with a black box, after school programming, performances, put the farmer's market in there, have green grass take the parking lot and just extend it from what the amphitheater will be. And so it will be a true entertainment district. The reason why we looked at the Market Basket is the facility actually looks like a theater. If you look at it, it's just a big building, and then and it would be the perfect thing. We already use the parking lot all the time for our shows, and it would just be a natural take. So when the amphitheater is finished, like the Arts District will start at the beginning of Main Street with the Arts Center and go all the way down to the Opera House and then to the amphitheater. And really, it is something magical that we have all the parts, and we could just make such a beautiful impact and do live art, have art sculptures all the way down to connect it all. And it would just be the next step for Newberry Opera House. Newberry Opera House has had a proven record for 27 years of committing to the community and investing in the community and really changing the direction of the community. I would hope that y'all would realize that, the Opera House has been kind of a constant soldier of downtown Newberry. And this would be the next step for the next generation. And also, my biggest thing, too, is we put so much outreach into the community. I want a place where the community feels and that it's their own. I mean, they come into the Opera House, and we have definitely changed the perception of the Opera House literally being the community's opera house, and I'm talking about the county's opera house. But this would be a place for kids to have after-school programming, really invest in helping kids realize the arts are the greatest equalizer that you could possibly have, and and collaborating with the college and the school district and downtown, and it just could be such a hub of cultural excitement. And the thing is, if you lease the facility to us, and I'll leave it up to you guys to talk about how to do it, but we will incur the cost to renovate, and it will be kind of how we run the Opera House. So we'll raise the money and get the funding to renovate the building. Also, we're going into a capital campaign anyway, because we started our endowment in '23, and now it's close to $1 million. And so our capital commitment is, in the future, not going to say that this will happen anytime soon, but my goal by the time I'm finished with being the executive director at the Newberry Opera House, I really want us to be self-sustained and just contribute to the community in the county, not just be a great partner. And so this would take us to the next step. I will hand this out. I don't want to take much of your time, but this is the kind of the overview of what transforming that into a community asset. But the thing that I just really want to lead with is the hardest part of building an arts district is getting people to come. And this past year, we brought in 5,000 more individual and new folks to Newberry Opera House than the previous year. So we've been on a trajectory of growth. So we have, as I said, all the parts. All we need to do is just put them together. And so, does anybody have any questions for me?
Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, we appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
I appreciate all y'all's support.
Next item on the agenda is an executive session. Part A is discussion of contractual matters regarding county-owned facilities. Part B is discussion of matters related to Project Pearl Dust pursuant to South Carolina Code of Law, Section 30-4-70A5. Do I have a motion to go into executive session? Have a motion, have a second? Second by Councilman Reader. Any discussion? All right. During, council will be discussing this executive session, Opera House item on the agenda, and we will be inviting Ms. Ann Smith and her team into executive session to join us while we're in executive session. All in favor? It is unanimous. We'll be in executive session in approximately 5 minutes. We have no action was taken. Do I have a motion we come out of executive session? Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman Reader. Any discussion? All in favor? We are adjourned.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? It is 6-0 with Mr. Johnny Mack not being present.
He's on the way.
We are adjourned. All right. It is 6 o'clock. I'd like to call our regular county council meeting to order with the invocation and pledge of allegiance by Councilman Stuart Smith.
Thank you.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day you bestowed upon us, O Lord. Please be with our military, our first responders. Protect them as they protect us. And, O Lord, be with us on our decision makings and make it be pleasing unto you. O Lord, we thank you for all your blessings. Amen. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Smith.
Thank you.
Item 3 on the agenda is the adoption of minutes. I would like to take item A, B, and C as one, if I hear no objection.
D too.
Hearing none,
B is there as well, Mr. Chair.
we're going to take that separately.
I got you, okay.
Just A, B, and C as one. Item A being Newberry County Council work session minutes, August 5th, 2026. Item B, Newberry County Council minutes, August 5th, 2026. And item C, Newberry County Council work session minutes, August 12th, 2026. Do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make that.
Motion by Vice Chairman Cease. Second by Councilman Reader. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item D, amended Newberry County Council minutes, November 5th, 2025. Ms. Johnny, could you elaborate?
I sure can. Mr. Chairman and Council, these are in front of you today. You'll see that they're from November 5th, 2025. They are being amended for a Scrivener's error, which is just a very simple mathematical error that's shown in the minutes. There were 2 of council members who recused themselves, but the vote is reflected at 7-0. And so obviously that's incorrect. It should be 5-0. And it's just a Scrivener's error. It doesn't affect the outcome of the vote, so there's no legal ramification. We're just cleaning it up just to have you all redo it and vote on them, just to get them into the record appropriately. And I will tell you, Mr. Chairman, there are recusal notices for the 2 council members that did recuse, and they in fact left the room. So there were indeed 5 votes to 0.
All right.
Motion to approve those minutes as amended.
Have a motion? Second by Vice Chairman Cease. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you for the explanation.
Sure.
Winners. Item 4, approval of agenda as presented.
I make a motion that those agenda be approved with any necessary corrections.
Got a motion by Councilman Reader. Second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item 5, the administrator's report. We got employee recognitions, John Fulmer, 20 years, Crystal Walter, 25 years, administration, and Doug Harmon, retirement, Public Works.
Oh, Sheriff's got it.
The Honorable Sheriff.
Tonight, gives me great pleasure to recognize Rusty Fullman. His government name. Rusty's a long-time dedicated employee with the Sheriff's Office. He has worked in various positions in the Sheriff's Office. He is currently one of our coordinators in our critical incident response team. Those are the people that would go into the most dangerous situations and provide the leadership there to take care of that and abate the situation. Rusty is also one of our experts on active shooters. He provides a lot of training throughout the year to churches on guide to active shooter, avoid, deny, defend. I believe they call it now, it changes every few years, they call it praise now, or civilian response to active shooter. But Rusty is well sought after, not only here in Newberry County, but across the state, to present that to churches and schools and to businesses. In addition to that, he's one of our top field training officers for the new deputies that come in, and we rely on him a lot. He's one of the most highly trained law enforcement personnel. He is a person that everybody looks to. In addition to that, you can always count Rusty to be there. It doesn't matter what day or time it is, he is going to be there. So he's a dedicated person in Newberry County. Rusty's a lifelong resident of Prosperity, South Carolina, living in the Macedonia section. In fact, I think you could throw a rock from your house to your mom and dad's. He lives with his daughter Summer, who is a student at Newberry College, and she is here right now. Summer's here to support you as you have always supported her, and she supported you. So at this time, I congratulate you, Rusty, for 20 years of outstanding service.
Not to check.
Got me there.
All right, that'll work.
Thank you so much, Rick.
All right, the next one we have is Miss Crystal Walter. Come on up, please. Ms. Walter is celebrating 25 years of service with Newberry County. She started with Newberry County in August 2001 in the purchasing department. And today she still remains in the purchasing department of Newberry County. So 25 years in the same role. She has performed many duties in addition to the county's procurement needs, such as accounts payable, payroll, assisted with county council meetings, along with other duties as necessary. Crystal is also responsible for the county's property and liability policies. She is a person who handles issuing purchase orders to department heads, soliciting sealed bids or proposals, and in charge of the scheduling of the county's rental facilities. She is also the county's risk manager, which includes filing insurance claims for vehicles and buildings, maintaining the insurance listing of the county-owned properties, vehicles, buildings, and equipment. She is responsible for keeping up with maintaining files for titles to the county's fleet and responsible for disposing of surplus items when necessary. As part of the risk duty, she also ensures vendors are adequately insured to conduct business on county property, maintaining insurance certificates and requirements to the annual workers' comp audit. Crystal is a graduate of Newberry College, and during her tenure at Newberry County, has earned her certification in procurement through the National Institute of Public Procurement and the Universal Public Procurement Certification Council. She attends annual and national conferences to obtain the Certified Public Procurement Buyer Certification. Crystal has been a member of the South Carolina Association of Governmental Purchasing Officials since 2001, shortly after being hired. Please join me in recognizing her for 25 years of service.
Ceremony we had tonight, it's always an honor to get to,
recognize our employees. Unfortunately, Mr. Doug Harmon, who recently retired from Public Works, he's unable to be with us tonight due to some health issues, but I'm gonna go ahead and say a few words about Mr. Harmon here. Doug was obviously a very integral part of our Public Works operation, 28 years of service. He pretty much knew how to drive every piece of equipment, operate everything out there. Was a very big help to me 2.5 years ago when I became the Public Works Director, and helping me with some of the things that historically had happened around the place and all that good stuff. So, in addition to the Public Works duties, he also helped us out with our recycling convenience sites. Some of y'all may have even seen him there from time to time. He spent a good bit of time working in those areas. Also helped us out with our Newberry Airport and a lot of the maintenance and stuff that went on out there. One thing that I learned from Doug was kind of quiet, but I realized very quickly that he was just listening. He was not one to quickly give his opinion, but usually if he gave his opinion, you could take it that it was a good advice to go by. So we certainly respected that. And I tried my best to talk Doug into not retiring, but that didn't work out too well. So, but anyway, he put in 28 years of good service. He certainly deserves this opportunity, and we just want to recognize Doug tonight for 28 years of service.
Mr. Chairman, Council, early voting started today and will end on Friday for the late Senator Graham's position in the statewide special primary runoff between Ralph Norman and Darlene Graham. The statewide runoff will be held next Tuesday, August 25th. We are encouraging people, our voters registrations office is dealing with some staffing shortages among poll workers. They are having to combine multiple precincts in different locations and combine them into one. So we encourage everyone to go onto the county's website. We have already posted the precincts that are going to be open and which precincts have moved locations. So we encourage the public to go on, take a look at where your normal voting place is and make sure you have not been shifted to another precinct. So just want people to check that out in advance. We held a meeting last week with our engineers and architects regarding 2 CDBG projects in Whitmire. The first one is the Supertown Gary Sidewalk project. Councilman Johnson, you'd be pleased to know it looks like this is going to move forward after however long it's been and the challenges that have existed. There was an on-site meeting between our architects and engineers and DOT about a week and a half ago on site because there were some issues with 4 feet off the road versus 5 feet off the road and the challenges. They came to an agreement on giving some grace in certain areas from the requirements, and they updated the final plans, have submitted them to DOT, and we should have final approval on those August 30th. And once we have that, we can go out to bid. So we're looking for the first part of September to have that project out to bid. And also, as far as the Whitmire Downtown Streetscape project, the design plans are about 60% complete on those. The engineers anticipate submitting those plans to DOT in October. And once those get approved by DOT, that project can be bid, and we anticipate that probably somewhere near the end of the year to have that one out for bid as well. Want to give a quick update on the financial software conversion. Staff completed the chart of accounts and provided that to Tyler Technology back in March, which was one of the biggest components they were waiting on. It's like the master list of every line item we have in our budget, but our old budgetary line item codes don't match with the new software, so everything's going to have to be given a new set of numbers. And so it's taking old numbers, converting those numbers into something that formats with Tyler's system. And so that was delivered to Tyler Technology back in March, and to say it bluntly, that kind of put the ball in their court at this point. So I did follow up with our point of contact with Tyler Technology about a week ago, called him to get an update. He said they have had 2 recent implementations with other counties and cities that were further along. Their priority had kind of been on getting those cities and counties rolled out. Their staff was committed to that with all the training, but they have rolled those cities and counties out. They are back in the office, and now they're turning their attention to getting everything completed with the chart of accounts and taking the next step forward to rolling out. We are anticipating in about 2 months that we have a Newberry County rollout of the Tyler Technology financial system and the training to take place. So I know there's been some questions coming in to you guys about the financial software and an update on it, so I felt like tonight would be a good time to let you know where that stands.
So at this point, we're kind of waiting on Tyler.
We are. Tyler Technology.
Tyler Technology.
Tyler Technology.
Not Tyler, not Tyler Johnson, Tyler Technologies. All right, thank you for the update. Under my comments, I certainly want to thank all of our county employees, but special recognition to Mr. Fulmer, Ms. Waldrop, and Mr. Harmon for their tenure. We appreciate everything they've done for the county and hope some of them continue. I know Mr. Harmon is retired, but we hope to keep Crystal and Rusty on for a while. Thank them for their service. Item 7, public hearings. Item A, ordinance number 08022026, an ordinance amending the text of the official code of ordinances of Newberry County, South Carolina, is codified in Chapter 153 of the Code of Ordinances of Newberry County, South Carolina by amending sections 153.073 and 153.131, single site burial. This is the public hearing. I'd like to now declare the public hearing to be open. I will now declare the public meeting closed.
Motion to speak.
Got a motion to accept?
Nothing. Good. It's public comment, sorry.
That's right. All right. Item 8, public comments regarding items on the agenda. Ms. Ingle Thompson, on Project Pearl Dust.
On Project Pearl Dust, I like that name. I hope it sprinkles lots of revenue. Ingle Thompson, and on Project Pearl Dust, I just wanted to see if they come here and bring those jobs. I understand it won't be a lot, but maybe is there any type of way that we can kind of strongly suggest, ask, make them promise that some of those jobs can be reserved for Newberry County residents? So I just kind of wanted to put that out there that, you know, when we have people that want to come and bring good jobs and that kind of thing, that we can kind of reserve some of that or first come, you know, priority or preference to Newberry County residents. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Thompson. All right. Item 9, old business. Third reading on ordinance 07012026 to provide for the issuance and sale of a general obligation bond not exceeding $650,000 principal amount to provide for the payment of 2014 installment purchase revenue bond and the 2026 lease purchase. Do I have a motion to accept this third reading? Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman Scurry. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item B, second reading, ordinance 08012026, authorizing the execution of the equipment lease purchase agreement in the amount not exceeding $2,475,000 for the purchase of 1 fire truck, 2 ambulances, 1 dump truck, 1 trailer, and 1 patching machine. Do I have a motion to accept second reading? I have a motion by Vice Chairman C, second by Councilman Reeder. All in favor? Excuse me, any discussion? All in favor?
Still in.
It is unanimous. Item C, second reading, ordinance 08022026, amending the text of Newberry County Code of Ordinances relating to single-site burials.
Motion to speak.
Got a motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Vice Chairman. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item 10, under new business. Item A, consideration of the state accommodations tax, state aid tax funding, recommendation of the Newberry County Accommodations Tax Advisory Board. Mr. Ernie Shealy, Chairman, please step forward.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's that time of year again.
It is.
This year, as always, the funds are split into promotional funds versus tourism-related funds. There were funds available of $32,911.13. We had requested funds of $70,000, but generally, with the promotional funds, we send those out immediately and have been, for the past few years, adopting a percentage to the organizations requesting such funds. Those organizations are Capital City Lake Murray Country and Newberry County Chamber of Commerce and the Prosperity Business Association. This year, we allocated 35% to Capital City Lake Murray, 45% to the Chamber of Commerce, and 20% to the Prosperity Business Alliance, coming to the total of $32,911.13. In the tourism-related funding, there were $71,307.44 available. We had $180,361 worth of requests. So consequently, nobody got everything that they asked for. But after consideration of the folks attending the hearing and much discussion among the commission, we have come up with the following recommendation. Newberry Community Players requested $2,800. We recommend $2,000. The 4th of July fireworks requested $5,000. We're recommending $1,950. Newberry Opera House requested $30,000. Our recommendation is $15,000. The Newberry County Parks and Recreation requested $11,000. We're recommending $5,500. The Visitor Center requested $28,712. We're recommending $14,000. Prosperity's Hoppin' requested $10,000. We're recommending $5,000. The Shoppers Walk and Prosperity asked for $9,500. We're recommending $4,000. The Newberry Museum requested $20,000. We're recommending $13,007.44 because the 44 cents had to go somewhere. Ritz Fest requested $48,349. We're recommending $5,000. Much of their recommendation, or much of their request, did not fall within the areas allocated under accommodations tax. Newberry Downtown Development Association requested $15,000, and we've recommended $5,850. Do you have any questions?
Any questions? Mr. Ernie?
Thank you.
Thank you and the committee for a
Absolutely.
difficult task.
A lot of work went into that.
Yes.
So thank y'all so much. Have a motion to accept. Motion by Councilman Reader, second by Councilman Johnson. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. All right, item B, Resolution 052026, adopting the update to the National Hazard Mitigation Plan in its entirety as an official plan. I have a motion to accept. Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Vice Chairman Cease. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item C, first reading, ordinance 08032026, rezoning property at US Highway 76 Little Mountain consisting of 6.33 acres from RS Single Family Residential to R2 Rural. That's TMS number 640-87. Ms. Katie Wertz.
The property owner, Mr. Randy Lindler, is requesting this rezoning for his real estate located on US Highway 76. 6.33 acres. It's currently vacant wooded lot. He is asking to rezone from RS Single Family Residential to R2 Rural to place a manufactured home on the property to be close to his elder mother. The future land use map identifies this property in the transitional district, and this rezoning does support that. And the Planning Commission heard this case and did unanimously approve it to you all.
Any questions? Do I have a motion to accept? Motion by Vice Chairman C, second by Councilman Fulmer. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item D, first reading ordinance 08042026, rezoning property at 79 Raider Road, Prosperity, consisting of 3.025 acres from GC General Commercial to R2 Rural, TMS number 651-43. Ms. Katie?
Property owner, Mr. Justin Middleton, requested this rezoning for the property at 79 Raider Road, which is located right behind this station. His intent for this 3.25 acres is to subdivide it to have two parcels a little over 1 acre each for residential use. Currently, this property is on general commercial, so he's asking to go to R2 Rural. The future land use map identifies this property under the lake development, and again, this does fall within that definition. Planning Commission heard it, and it was unanimous to approve it to you all.
Any questions? Have a motion to accept this. We'll have Councilman Reader. Second by Councilman Scurry. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item E, first reading, ordinance number 08052026, an ordinance authorizing a multi-county industrial business park agreement between Newberry County and Greenwood County for property owned by Project Pearl Dust or its affiliates or signs and other matters related thereto. Mr. Rick Farmer.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of council. I bring you a little bit of good news tonight. Tonight, I'm delighted to announce that Newberry County has been selected by Project Pearl Dust, meaning they will locate a facility here. This is an international company locating its first North American facility, and it will be right here in Newberry. The company is named Vitreus, Vitreus. I'm pleased to report that we've been released from our confidentiality requirement, so I can name the company and what it plans to do before council ever takes any kind of formal action. Vitreus is a relatively small company, and it's headquartered near Hamburg, Germany. The company manufactures pigments, typically used in brick manufacturing. The company already has customers in the U.S., and the facility in Newberry will allow the company to minimize the products that it imports into the States. And we're happy to help this company make and sell products in America. The capital investment of this company is modest at slightly less than $1 million, so it won't qualify for the best incentives. But it will fill the only empty manufacturing building we have in this community today, and it'll create 15 quality jobs. The lowest wage in the house will be about $20 an hour, and the overall average is right around $25 an hour. Plus, the company pays more than half of its employees' health insurance costs. It offers sick and vacation time and a 401k plan after 1 year. These are solid jobs with solid benefits. Tonight, what we're asking council is to consider extending a multi-county industrial park agreement to the company, which will allow it to take further advantage of a state incentive, essentially a reward for creating quality jobs. Doing this costs Newberry County nothing except staff time, and staff is delighted to work on behalf of this project and these new jobs. With that, I'd be glad to answer any questions council might have.
Any questions?
Just a couple. Newberry County will have no investment in this project whatsoever.
No cash whatsoever.
None
And
whatsoever.
it will not qualify for a fee in lieu of tax or special source revenue credit. What this is a statutory state incentive. And by council passing this agreement, it allows them to get $1,000 more per job out of the state of South Carolina.
And we understand that it's going to be minimal, regular industrial type noise, nothing
Yes, sir.
unusual about that.
Yes, sir.
It's not going to be a heavy water user and no foreseen impact to the environment.
No, sir, not at all.
No impact on power or water.
No power or water impact.
It'd be very insignificant, domestic supplies, essentially.
Any more questions? Thank you, Mr. Rick.
Thank you.
All right, do I have a motion to accept this as first reading?
I'll make that motion.
Got a motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman Reader. Any further discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. Item 11, County Council did not take any action during the 5 o'clock meeting. Item 12, do we have any appointments? No appointments. Item 13, do we have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilman Johnson. Second by Councilman Smith. Any discussion? All in favor? It is unanimous. We are adjourned.
I like it.